Hi, this is Steve with Faith Across America. I'm here today to just do a quick interview with Zephlynn. First, I just said his name, but he can introduce himself.
Hello, Zephlynn here.
So, Zephlynn, everybody's wondering what kind of cars you are driving nowadays. What do you drive on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, I usually drive the 66 C10. It's it's pretty much just an all-around vehicle. I use it for everything from work to just driving.
Okay. Um, what is what is the best year for a car? What would be your best year for a car?
Best year for a car? That's a tough one. I'd have to say 64 is kind of my favorite year for a lot of different vehicles. Um, it still has that nice 60s style. It hasn't jumped to starting to change yet. A lot of dealers, or not a lot of dealers, a lot of car companies kind of change mid decades and stuff. So 64 is just a good year for me.
Okay. What was your first car?
My first car was a 93 Ford Exploder. Um, Bought it for a couple $100, needing a transmission, had no reverse, and did all the work myself with my dad supervising, and just kind of put it together and had fun.
Any good stories with that first car of yours?
Um, well, I think the best story is kind of how I broke it and what ended up killing it. I was staying home. I wasn't feeling too good, and so what better thing to do than go play in your car? Um, I took a non-lifted vehicle out into the woods and kind of was romping around, going over stumps and stuff, and I got it pinned up on a log. Kind of jammed the log into the wheel well, which snapped the U joint at the shaft there. Um, so just a fun thing. I had to go get mom's Durango and pull it out.
What's the fastest you've ever gone in a car?
The fastest I've ever gone in a car is I want to say over 120. I kind of buried the needle and kept feeling it pull a little bit. Uh, it was a 93 Miata.
Okay, I'm glad it wasn't one of ours.
No, it was one of mine. Just a cheap little beater I picked up to have fun with.
Okay. If you had to buy a brand new car, 2018, what model would you buy? Or what brand would you buy? You can pick either.
Although I am a American muscle and American kind of guy, I would probably buy a Toyota 4Runner or a Toyota truck, the
Well,
Tundra. Yep. Just because reliability and overall cost of maintenance is just far down there compared to anybody else.
okay. If you die and there is a God and you get to the heavenly gate, if he'd let you bring your car, or if you had to leave your car at the gate, would you?
I don't know, if you let me bring my car, that'd be nice. I don't know if I'd leave it at the gate. I'd kind of, I guess, be stuck in purgatory because I probably wouldn't leave the car.
Okay. Out of all the cars that you have driven over the years, how many of them have you crashed? How many crashes have you had? That's off road and on road.
Well, it's two different numbers there. I've crashed the same vehicle twice. Um, Not really crashing it necessarily the second time, but getting it stuck in a place it shouldn't be. I've probably crashed 4 times, 5 times actually. Um, Once in the Exploder off road, crashing into the log. Once in a '93 Nissan Sentra, I went into a ditch. Um, Once in my Jeep, it's an '89 Cherokee, nothing special. I took a corner too fast, whipped around, did a 180, and then caught traction and just jammed myself into a ditch. That was fun. The lovely Jeep community pulled me out. Um, my S10 I put into a ditch. I tried pulling over on the side of the road and it was too slick that day and my tires just kept sliding and I just slid in, just nosed the tire. Well, actually 6 times I tried drifting the little truck around. And I put my front tire in a ditch again, just enough to off-weight me so I couldn't get any traction to get back out. And then the Jeep, again, I was off-road and I put it in some place that probably shouldn't be, jumped timing and got stuck.
So do you think you have calmed down since you started driving all these years?
Yeah, I've calmed down. I've got my fair share of speeding violations, and so I've grown to be a little less lead-footed and just kind of drive with the pace of everybody else and just mellow out a little bit.
Okay. Here's the new question. Would you rather see somebody buy a new car or restore a new car, and why?
Honestly, I'd prefer people to restore cars. Back in the day, they were kind of built to last, and if they've been upkept and everything, then, or even if they haven't, and you restore it, it's gonna be stronger, and it's still gonna be there 10, 15 years and still run strong. Versus a car today, to me, I've been in a couple new cars, and they don't feel right. There's too much going on, too much electronic mumbo jumbo. I feel people don't really need while they drive.
There you go. Are you happy with the Washington State new no texting and driving law?
Yes and no. I'm a heavy believer in Darwinism of survival of the fittest. If you were not the most thoughtful and you think you can text and drive, then there shouldn't be a law stopping you from doing that. If you're gonna text and drive and kill yourself, then that's kind of how I look at that. The only bad thing is taking out other people when you do so. That's the only reason I'm okay with the law, is so we don't take out other people. It stops the smart people from being killed by the dumb. I'm brutal.
Well, that seems to be it. Nice, short, easy questions.
All right.
All right. Out of all the cars that you have driven, okay,
Most fun?
which one would you never drive again?
Oh, out of all the cars I've driven, that's a tough one. It's locked between two, but I think I'm gonna have to go with a 2002 Chevy Cavalier. That thing is a hunk of junk, man. It's plastic. It's got oversensitive steering. It is just one of, by far, the least favorite cars of mine I've ever driven.
And there you go. Once again, this is Faith Across America with Zephlynn, and thank you for watching. And guess what?
I didn't record any of it.
My phone's dead.
Ah!
I don't know how much of it got.
That wasn't bad, actually.
No.
But phone didn't catch it all.
But that's about the right time frame, do you think?
Yeah.
I'll go charge it. Come out and get the